Hello my dear students, welcome again in English class. Today we are going to start chapter number 8, the first pup. So this chapter, it is related with the caring of the animals as well as the plants. So upbringing of a pup is not an easy job. You have to be very loving, companion and caring master if you want to own any of the pup. In order to teach it the various ways of living with the human family, you have to understand its language and be sensitive to its needs. You know, these small pups, they need a lot of care and we need to understand the language, what they want to say us. That's what the author and his sister Meena and Mala have realized. So this chapter, it is written by Ranjit Lal, who was born in Kolkata and then educated in Mumbai. He has written fiction and non-fiction for both adults and children. Fiction, you know, the stories that are based on the truth, and non-fiction, fiction are the story that are imaginary stories. Okay, and for both adults and children, he has written. As a freelance writer, he had published over 1,000 of article features and photo features in more than 50 newspapers and magazines in India and abroad. The area of his interest are nature, natural history, humor and style. So most of his work that is based on the natural history, humor and style. So this chapter, it is also based on the upbringing of a pup that became the new member in the family of the writer here. So how that pup created the problem and how they try to understand the needs of this pup, that we come to know through this chapter, the first pup. So the pup name is Bambi, and this was the first ever pup that was brought into the family. So let us begin the chapter. Everything changes when there is new, especially the first pup in the house. Suddenly your whole life and routine revolves around it. From the moment you wake it up to the moment you go to bed, it's rather like what happens when a new baby comes home. So in the first paragraph, this new pup, the coming of the new pup in the life of any person, like the coming of a new baby to home, and whole of the life, okay, your whole life suddenly changes, and throughout the day you take care of the pup. We made all the bringing up mistake it was possible to make with Bambi, and she reaped, okay, Bambi, the name of the pup here, and she reaped the benefit of those nearly all her life. So we never realized that pups, like babies, would test the edibility of everything that came their way, and that pups had this insane and insatiable desire to chew to pieces absolutely everything. So when the pup was brought into the family, they were not aware how to take the care of the newly brought pup here, and that she reaped the benefit of all those nearly all her life, and that's why she took the advantage. She is referred here to the Bambi, the new pup that was brought into the family, and she got the advantage because they were not aware how the pup should be brought out, and they never realized, like pups, like the babies, would test the edibility. Edibility means whether the things are fit to taste or not, and that's why the pup had this insane means the foolish and insatiable desire. So the pup developed the desire to chew whatever the things come in its way. It wasn't very long before shoes and slippers were ruined, table and chair legs began looking rather jagged around the edges, and even books were specially pulped and smelt of something awful for ages afterward. So whatever comes in the way of this pup, she started chewing it. Everything was ruined, even the shoes and slippers and tables and even the chair legs. They became rather jagged. Jagged means uneven surface because of the chewing, or you can say here biting by this pup here. We had to watch out what our pup didn't put a pretty face into the electric socket or chew live wires, which would have been disastrous. So they have to take care that if that pup is chewing everything, she should not touch the electric socket or chew the live wires which would become disastrous, fatal. On one occasion, she swallowed a fairly large chunk of her own collar. She didn't seem at all discomfited, but I was horribly worried that if it didn't come out, she might have to be operated upon. So once what happened, she swallowed her large chunk of her own collar, and in the beginning it was fine, but the author or the narrator, he was quite worried, horribly worried for the Bombi, because if it would not come out, her own collar, if it would not come out, she might have to be operated here. Thankfully, she dealt with the problem in a simple way. It is referred here to the Bombi. The next day, she staggered around retching and was sick, and out of it came intact. And thankful, the narrator was thankful to God that on the next day, the next day she staggered. Staggered means walk unsteadily, and then started vomiting, and then the piece that was taken in, that came out. But I'm glad we didn't have cell phones in those days. Of course, this chewing mania stopped. This strong interest. The author was thankful that cell phones were not there in those days. If that would be there, this mania stopped as she grew, but it didn't stop from her stuffing her face where it was not required. So wherever she was not required, she just pulled or pushed her mouth in that area. Mummy says there is a packet of butter missing from the fridge. I was informed on returning from college one afternoon. So one afternoon, when the author came back from the college, he came to know from the mom that Bombi, that a packet of butter is missing from the fridge here. Oh, so bits of wrapping were found on the floor, licked clean. Oh, so the narrator, the author, also got surprised here, and what they found there, the wrapping were found on the floor, and that wrapping, it was licked very cleanly. Licked clean? What do you mean licked clean? Where is Bombi? How could she have opened the fridge? There was Bombi licking her chops a little too smugly and looking very satiated with life, with a peculiar thoughtful glint in her eyes. So mother asked who opened the fridge, how she got that packet, and then after some time, Bombi, she was licking her chop a little too smugly and looking very satiated. She was very satisfied, happy here by licking the butter packet here. Someone had left the fridge door ajar opened, and the rest, the butter, as they say, was history. We were horrified, and the fridge door, it was left opened by someone, and then they say was the stealing of the butter from the fridge, it was a history. We were horrified. Why they were horrified? Because the pup would get ill by eating so much butter here. Oh my God, Bombi is gone and eaten a whole packet of butter, half a kilo of it. She is going to be ill. So these lines show the worried nature of the mother here. And sure enough, for the next 2 days, she was one very thirsty and unhappy and pucky boxer, looking very sorry for herself as she tried to find a comfortable position to lie down in. And that happened. The same thing happened there after eating half a kilo of butter. For the next 2 days, she was not well, and she was looking very sorry for doing that kind of thing, and she tried to find a comfortable position to lie down. Needless to add, there was lots and lots of cleaning up to do behind her. And when the pup, they eat something and they are not well, so lot of cleaning up is required there. Of course, she didn't learn a thing from the experience and repeated the performance another time with the kadai wok full of oil in which kebabs had been fried. She would also discover that waste paper basket were interesting places to put her face into, and her investigation could have unexpected and startling consequences here. And after that, she did not learn any lesson. The Bombi, she did not learn any lesson by eating, how much painful it was there after eating a packet of butter here. After that, another incident happened there. She put her mouth in the kadai, in the oil where kebabs were fried, and in the same time she also discovered that the waste paper baskets are also the places where she could find something for herself. One afternoon, Meena's mother-in-law was to invite her to tea. As usual, my mother had gone all out with elaborate preparation. So now again one incident it is described there, when Meena's mother-in-law, Meena is the sister of the author, mother-in-law, she was invited to the tea party and mother made all the preparation here.